Hi, Sag. Welcome to your extended. I'm still drinking something. I'm actually drinking coffee now. I had water and coffee, and I'm drinking the coffee instead of the water. I should be drinking both. But anyway, let's look here first of all. The thing that is leaving, if you don't let it leave, right, you're just going to cause yourself a lot of heartache. And I'll tell you why. Because the water sign that if it's a water sign that you're dealing with, or if it's an air sign that you're dealing with, especially if this is someone who is air with Cancer placements, oh boy, I don't think that you should do this. I think you should let that person be, because the chances that it would spiral out of your control and become something very public, for example, or that you would have to hear something from them that would be very painful for you is too high. There is so much good luck and so much travel and so much hard work in store for you that I don't think that this particular aggressive communication, aggressive relationship, aggressive person is the one that you should focus on. I think there is a more light, vibrant person that comes out of you when you're in a relaxed situation where you can be as abstract and theoretical. That's you. When you're allowed to be this, what comes out of it is a really beautiful, meeting that results in like very long-term good feeling. But right now you're so confused because you have this, want. It's almost like you're walking around with a timetable. Like, by this summer, I want to do this. But, like, by this summer, by Leo season, I want to be married. I want this Leo to marry me. I want to move into the next phase that has to do with family and all of this. But I think you need to hold up, because there's some stuff here that I don't think you know quite the full story when it comes to anyone who has left your life. Now, if anyone has not left your life, if this is you who have left something behind and do not want to go back to it and do not want to make the same mistakes, this still applies, because then the situation is reversed. That person is coming to you. That person isn't letting you go. That person is confused about how you feel about them. And then it becomes them who's like, I actually want this from this person. I want to be here by this time. There's a lot of duplicity implied in these three cards. Duplicity meaning lies. And it's stuff that you need to know, and it's probably the reason this is so delayed and weird, because you don't have all the information yet. And I think when you, and this could also have a lot to do with, a vision that you had of what was going to happen between you and this person, or a vision that they may have fed you of what you were going to have with this person. And once you see it all for what it is, you're able to be like, okay, yeah, no, that is not something I want. This is not something I want to be a part of. Like, even more than the thing you're saying, the fact that, like, you're doing this, or the fact that this happened to me, like, this is enough. Mercury retrograde in Scorpio season definitely brought out, everything that you need to face, everything you need to confront, everything you need to, your mortal fears. It's like the death of a certain part of you happened during this, like, 12th house Mercury retrograde craziness, like, something happened and you had to move on from what seemed like sudden death, and of course you're mourning it, and of course you're going to have your own ways of mourning it. you're going to have your own ways of mourning it. You're going to have your own ways of coping. You're going to have your own ways of self-destructing a little bit, you know, self-medicating a little bit. You're going to handle it however you got to handle it. But just know that it's opening the door, whatever that, you know, death of the ego, death of the soul, death of a friend, death of a loved one, whatever it was that happened, even if it was just internal, it is leading you towards something so much more solid than what you were going after to begin with, or what you thought you had. A lot of times something really important has to go so something really important can come in. It's like the weight of what leaves is usually proportionate to the weight of what's coming in. Does that make sense? So, good luck, a lot of success, a lot of opportunity, a connection. Even if this is between just like-minded people and friends, it's just a really good time. But, of course, you have the option. And there may be some work opportunities that don't work out exactly the way you want right now, and that makes you, like, that bums you out a lot. But I wouldn't worry too much about it. I think it's part of a larger restructuring that you're going through, and you're really thinking about things a lot differently, about how you can, after this transformational time, you're really reassessing everything and what you can get away with, how you can live, how you can change, how you can get even further outside of the establishment. It's very interesting. There is success here, not only in the amount of people that are approaching you and what could, if you wanted, turn into love, but there's a lot of communication here. There's a chance this month for you to be able to say some big things to people who are very important to you. And they, surprisingly, may have a lot to say back. Check on your friends, Sag. They rely on you for a strength that they probably have not gotten from you for a while, especially if you've got an older air sign in your life, a man, especially if it's a Libra. Yeah. That person could use a little help. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to shuffle through once and see what comes up, because I just want you to have a little bit of an idea of what early January is going to look like. I mean, this part of the extended got you to understand a lot more about the reading itself, but now I feel like we can take a little bit of a look into what may be happening next if you choose that. Okay, so just take a deep breath. Roll your shoulders back. Just relax. Okay. So, 8 of Pentacles, 10 of Wands, Strength, and 7 of Cups. The Leo's got you really confused, or, you know, it's just a cat. Could easily just be a cat. I have a friend who's a Sag whose cat died. Oh, rest in peace. Poor Gemma. But yeah, work hard. Now is the time. Work until mid-July. It's the only way out of the confusion. You just gotta push it all into the work. The confusion will subside on its own, but you gotta push it into the work, especially in Capricorn season. You need to get with it, Sag. early January is time to communicate and say much less. So you know what that tells me? That tells me that right now you need to be saying much more. If you're going to be saying much less in early January, that means right now you should be getting all your stuff that you want to communicate, get it out. Say what you want to say and say it with power and authority. Get it out. Especially if it's with this air sign. It is a time to, vocalize what isn't enough. And maybe that causes a lot of turmoil. You saying it's not enough. I want more than that. Maybe. But it gives you the opportunity once again to change your life if you like. So whatever you're gonna be telling people isn't good enough in early January, start living that way now. So they don't even have the guts to ask you or propose anything that's not good enough. Do you understand what I mean? Anything that you're too minded about in early January, trust your instincts. If you feel like somebody's lying to you, they are. If you have an Aquarius around that you think you can make some money with, that is absolutely a go, and Aquarians are going to be coming into some money, and that could turn into something more. If you're worried about an older water sign who for you has been a bit of a mother figure or a figure of great abundance, check on them. Okay? Good stuff. That, Sagittarius, is your early January reading. And if you're dealing with an earth sign, you know what they're doing, right? You know what they're doing, right? And they may have like a whole other thing going on the side that they're completely refusing to let go of. It's like ridiculous. You know what they're doing. Okay, just making sure. All right, love you.